Yeah, it's Lil Kenny Russell, Kanoom, Consul Moon. You already know what you're going to get when you step in the room. You're now dealing with Kanoom. Yeah, I'm here. And while I'm here, I'm going to make the information direct and clear because a lot of y'all can't hear. Yeah. Now, I hope a lot of people know this because if you don't, you're sadly mistaken and something is seriously wrong with you to the point that you may even have mental issues. If a person believes that everything in the Bible or any of the holy books is true, if everything in the book supposed to be true or is true, you have a real mental break and a mental lapse from reality. Now, this is hard for some people to understand, but the religious books at best, they just regularly authored by men. So they come up with an elaborate story, some old seamless, senseless story that you wouldn't otherwise believe unless it was attached to religion. The Bible was brought to you by people that was, witnesses when I'm talking about the New Testament, because you had so-called authored by the apostles, not the apostles, I'm sorry, the disciples, okay? So the New Testament is, some of it is authored by the disciples, okay? That's supposedly, but nobody on the planet know who authored those books. They're anonymous books, okay? And if you did, they wouldn't be the people that's named Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, and all these type of guys. That's the disciples. None of them has penned anything. The term God that's used in every religion has never wrote anything down. No God, I want you to understand this. No God on the planet has ever authored anything. Jesus the Christ has never wrote anything down. He never had a journal. He never wrote nothing. The only thing he wrote was in the sand, and they say that in one of the scriptures. So the scriptures at best are some silly ass comic book, not meant to be serious stories. No more than Little Mother Hubbard, the Three Pigs, and those stories are used to bring moral upliftment towards the people who's going through it. The little pigs, and they blew the house down, so they built it in straw. They built it in, they went and built it in sand. Then they built it in bricks, so they wouldn't blow the house down. These stories are meant to use some type of moral sense of morality, so you can get stronger and stronger as the story progresses. Okay, it's meant to teach you things. That's all the Bible is about. Nothing in the Bible is real. Nothing. And like I say, at best they say, oh, this book was inspired by God. God told these people to write it and they was witnesses, this, that, and the third. No, they wasn't. The characters don't even exist in human form. Not one character inside of any religious book walked the planet in human form. That's a fact, okay? So, I mean, I understand you might not like that, but that's a certain fact. And if anybody want to try to push the line on that, you will be the world's greatest archaeologist, okay? William Foxwell Albright, he was one of the greatest archaeologists on the American side. He died with a spade in his hand and the Bible, saying he was going to prove the Bible. He never did, okay? You cannot prove the Bible. The Bible is not a real historical document. The Quran, neither. The Torah, none of it, okay? So you need to understand that. Nothing has been authored by God, the term God, nothing. So they give you funny stories inspired by God. The Quran was given to you from an angel named Gabriel, and some illiterate ass man named Muhammad remembered it through mnemonics because he had a great memory, and he gave it to other people to scribe because he couldn't even write. If he seen Allah on a building, he wouldn't even be able to read it. I mean, the silly stories that you believe because they compiled in some so-called special book. You need to get your head checked if you think that this shit is reality. All books of God are not books of God. No God has ever wrote anything down. You need to understand that. They books given to us by men. Nothing special about them. If you had the Quran and the Bible and the Torah and the Tanakh and all that type of shit sitting next to you in the bathroom and you ran out of paper, you can use one of them to wipe your ass with, because they're equivalent to paper, just like everything else. It's no special books, okay? It's Lil Kenny Russell, Kanum, Kansu, Moon. You already know what you're going to get when you step in the room. You're now dealing with Kanum. Yeah, yeah. And if you was offended by anything you heard, I mean every word. Yeah, yeah.